morning, evening, afternoon. Welcome back, guys, and here are we again with our ninth episode of Catching Up series. Where this week we have a few announcements to cop up with, patch notes to review, as well as three videos from our Cyberpunk's team. From yesterday's Night City Wire 4, they have done a few stuff shows. So we'll go there one by one, starting with some dates. In terms of the latest RPG that has been quite successful in gameplay as well as art aspect, and I've been very much enjoying that myself. Genshin Impact has a few dates of its upcoming patches. As we can see here from their forum titled Future Versions and Events, we have on version 1.1, as I had said before, November the 11th, where the Unreconciled Star event will take place. And before that, there are other events that is ongoing and upcoming as well. We can find soon in the game. Last week, I had shown the current event that's going on, the Crucible upcoming event as it comes. Next, on December 23rd, we will have version 1.2, which will have a new area on the map, the Dragon Spine, and there will be events alongside it. And finally, on February of next year, we will have version 1.3, which will have Lantern Rite event and probably some more as well, as we'll see in the future. But that's more of it in a generalized form. Of course, as the notices come in game, as the times pop up, I'll be announcing them on our series. Halloween. Continuing from our previous one, we have some new events as well on different games, or rather, repetition of their events. We have Overwatch's Halloween Terror event as usual. On every year, we have the Junkenstein's Revenge and Junkenstein's Endless. And this year, we have some new skins as usual with the Overwatch rewards, emotes, skins, sprays. So we have the Phantasma Sombra epic skin. So this is how it looks, Sombras. Then we have Bridget's, Stone Bridget. And finally, we have Echo's Ragdoll skin. These three skins alongside these sprays and emotes, just sprays, you'll get when you win 9 games starting from October 13 to 20, then October 20 to 27, and finally 27th to November 3rd. As you win 9 games, you'll get all these as you can see on the screen. Lastly, in their box, or rather loot box, they have all these interesting skins out there. The Tengu, Flying Dutchman, Karasatengu, Shinrayon. This is something that comes from Japanese part, I think. Chinese, probably Japanese Shin. I don't know. Werewolf in Phantasma, Ragdoll, Stone, Demon, Pharaoh. Oh, nice. Scorpion. Yeah, this one is definitely Widowmaker. Warlock. Nice. Will-O-Wisp. Okay. Gorgon. Banshee. Bride, yeah, definitely. Enchanted Armor, Jack-o'-lantern, Slasher 76, Swamp Monster, Pumpkin, yeah, Spider. I have Cultist. This is some of these are previous stuff that has been there previously. Undead, Corsair, Cultist. I have this one already. Uh, Dracula. These are previous stuff. Dragon. I've seen these before in game. Jiangshi, Totally 86, Van Helsing, Viking, Dr. Junkenstein, Junkenstein's Monster, Pumpkin, Witch. I have that. Cold Heart, Demon, Whole, Immortal, Possessed, Scoliata, okay, Tombstone, Vampire. Okay, so these are the new skins as well as these are new up till Stone, and the rest starting from this demon to the vampire, all of them are old. So those of you who love Overwatch, there are also emotes that I will not play and intros. But those of you who love Overwatch, love collecting these stuff, well, it's almost your time. Like, past your time almost. Today is 16th of October, and the video will probably go live tonight, so you will be watching on 16th or later. There isn't much to speak about Bethesda's Fallout 76, although their new update that went out on 13th, depending on their size, whether you really want to download it or not, or rather you want to play it or not, has ton of bug fixes, starting from customization fixes to graphical tweaks, crafting tweaks, item display, apparel, lot of tweaks and all that. Entire thing UI fixes, entire thing is regarding bug fix and bug fix. Of course, there will be another update coming on uh, later soon, but on their Brotherhood of Steel's upcoming thing. So that will be coming soon. But we know none of us really like these numbers on the patch note. The amount of download you have to do. Like, if you download from Bethesda's client, that's 1.7 gigs. Steam, 2.2 gigs. But from Microsoft Store, that's 8.2 gigs. Like, for real? And finally, those of you on console, that's 7.7 gigs on PS4 and 8.1 gigs on Xbox. My goodness, the amount of space that is taking. Ugh. Part of a reason I never liked Call of Duty. The game is fine, just that the capacity that is keep increasing. I heard that past 200 gigs. I don't know, too much. So that is that. But there isn't much to talk about Fallout 76. So let's move on. Again, on 13th, patch drop 5.35. Well, we have Final Fantasy XIV's 5.35 update, and here's the patch note which we'll go through right now. So, as usual, this is the Blades of Gunhilder, the Boza Southern Front storyline continuing. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 quests in this quest chain, and quests regarding Save the Queen, the Resistance weapon quest as well. There are 3 quests there, and the Sky Steel Tool quest, and this NPC is extremely. So there are three quests from there as well. So I am not going back this patch, as I have said already. I will go back next patch, 5.4. But anyway, those of you who are playing, who are continuing to play, well, go on, do this. And I am pretty sure that last I heard there is a uh, thing going on where you can aid the Bosons out on front resistance members to fight against the Gallian Empire, and there's a very interesting thing going on there, which we'll get into in a bit after we excuse me, finish of reading the patch note. And maybe it is in the patch note, who knows. So, new chapters have been added to New Game Plus. The ARR, 6 parts on ARR. Uh, Replayable contents will not include main scenario quests, as they appear prior to the revisions made in patch 5.3, and will not include tutorials. Of course, requirement for New Game Plus has been adjusted. Now the requirement is completion of main scenario quest The Ultima Weapon, Speak to Wistful White Bird in Western Thanalan X12Y14. Housing, this is for everyone. Ward 22 through Ward 24 have been added to all residential districts. So, yeah, like new houses have been added, and as far as I've heard from my friends, within 1 hour of them being added, they have been occupied. So, yeah, too much plot hungry people out there. Anyway, furnishing design contests have been added. We can see here. These are some nice furnishings. New orchestral roles have been added as well. Now, Mandeville Gold Saucer. New cards have been added. New NPC opponents for Triple Threat have been added. New emote have been added. This is an emote, okay. New hairstyle. This spiky weirdness hairstyle that I never liked with this hairband has been added. So yeah, the Boson Southern Font. This is what the new encounter is. The instance encounter where people assist the resistance members in reclaiming their homeland from the 14th. No, 4th. Yeah, is it 4th? Yeah, 4th Imperial Legion. Up to 72 people can join a single instance, taking part in various large-scale encounters as well as challenging player-limited ones. So the level requirement is 71, party size 8, time limit 180 minutes. Requirement is finishing Where Eagle's Nest quest, which requires you to complete Wars of Virtue, Deeds of Cruelty, and the Boza incident and Fire in the Forge. Now, players can enter by speaking to Zeros, Zeros, Ngangos, X 5.5, Y 5.4, and as a party, the party leader must be. Uh, it allows use of party functions such as inviting new members, disbanding of party, leaving party without exiting the instance. Okay. Level sync, there will be eye level sync on 430 and character level adjustment to 80, and material bonuses will be ignored regardless of the item's level or gear effects with material. Players who have yet to reach level 80 will earn experience points. Okay. Jobs above level 71 for DOM or DOW can be changed. That is all good and fine. But of course, you cannot change it during combat or engagement. Mounts are free to ride, fine. And enemies encountered have this icon on their name denoting their strength. The larger the number in the icon, the more powerful the enemies are. Dangerous enemies have a unique icon with no numbers. Uh, Participating in battle, a player earn metal, increase resistance rank, so that's good and all. Another uh, scenario where you have to do activities and earn points and gain status. But yeah, something more to do, interesting things. It is like these activities are something that makes games sometimes a bit monotone, sometimes they are a bit interesting. Like when you are too done with doing stories and stuff like that, and just think of mindlessly killing things. Yeah, go ahead. Who stops? I certainly do stuff, or used to. Penalty after reaching RR5, resistance rank 5, players will lose metal upon being incapacitated, and if players will lose metal if they return to the encampment or leave the instance without being revived. Yeah, of course there will be a penalty. And there will be elegant tombstones for those jobs at level 80 and experience point for those below level 80. Skirmishes, yeah, any number of players. So these are like the skirmishes are like your normal events that goes on fates. Critical engagement are boss battles, essentially big boss battles. You can join them through resistance recruitment progress. You can see a number of combatants. So yeah, through there. So first phase is registration. Second phase is preparation for battle. You have to stay in here, and third is yeah, do the battle. Now, fun fact here during these critical engagement is that there is a certain engagement where a red chocobo comes, and from what I've seen in and these are by the way player limited activities. You cannot have, as you can see here, you can only have this amount of combatants. So fun fact is that the certain chocobo has been mopping players literally on the ground. Like especially those who have done the blind run, you can see on YouTube there are quite a few videos on that. That's a real pain. The uh, chocobo named Comet, I believe that was. Uh, there are also those who have contributed in the initiation of a critical engagement will receive priority when registering for their next deployment, and there is a deployment master and all that. So boson clusters can be traded uh, for various stuff, and there are also log boxes. So there are lost actions that are special duty actions exclusive to the Southern Front. So healing, reviving allies, and all that unlocked after reaching RR2 and progressing the quest line. Forgotten fragment and lost find cache identified that can hold up to 200 copies of any lost action. Nice. Find holsters, so you can put lost actions and stuff here. Lost action, push items, and all that. Using lost action, duty action available, unable. So yeah, using duty actions again. Okay. And field records, where they can be traded for various goods. Now I really want to know what these goods are, but again I'm not playing this patch, so I personally cannot go there. But certainly there are many people who have gone there, and you can find them on YouTube. There are also guides on that. I believe there will be a proper written guide on this, of where to find them, what everything are about. Despite the fact that I cannot really speak too much right now, but you can be sure about something. I'll be going forward on all these contents on patch 5.4 when I go back in. I myself am a bit confused here, but like from what I've understood is that there's a lot of stuff for you to do, fates, boss battles, finding items scattered through the entire southern front. That is, so you have a lot to do in a sense, and not to mention we haven't finished yet. In terms of PvP, there are of course PvP adjustments as always. I will not go through those. Fish season 16 ends. Season 17 will be beginning soon. Season 17 ranking will be updated daily, and let me see if there are season 17 rewards have been said here. There are new items have been added, recipes have been added. They are not shown here as always. Sky Steel tool quests have been added, so you can enhance them for Disciple of Hand, Land, and Fishes. There are some fishing quests out there, special bites and all. New miner and botanist gathering points have been added. New items added, fish added, new mount added. As you can see, this golem kind of thing added here. New minion. This is the interesting minion out there. Looks a bit of those Zoids, if you remember that. And of course, there are system changes like new adjustment, field operation category added. Lakeland is no longer separated into multiple instances. Okay. Now there's a community finder website there which we'll go into in a sec. There are some commands have been added, text commands like slash guard, keep watching over someone. So yeah, and new music have been added. Of course, there are resolved issues and known issues that I will not go through every single patch. There are tons of these. I'm so done with them. So season 16 is only there. The season 17 has not been updated yet. We'll see when season 17 will be updated. Next, the community finder website. So there's a campaign going on. So in the community finder where you can register your free company and stuff like that, and you'll get these are all terms and conditions, of course. But you'll get these skyrocket rockets and these magic torches that people love to use when there is a what are those uh, dev streams where the people from Square Enix plays with our players and various other things like screenshots and all that they do. Of course, these are used for their personal screenshots as well. So if you are into GPOs, maybe your guild leader will give you some. Who knows? I believe these will be given to the guild leader, as it is say distributed to the leader of the free companies that are participating in the campaign. So yeah, I believe your guild leader can share with these. Now, what is this community finder website? So basically, it's a recruitment community page kind of. You can select your data center, your world, and then you have your free companies that are existing in your world. They can recruit, put a recruitment here. For example, uh, let's take a look. There are many free companies out there in our server, and they have a expired date as well on the licensing. So, I mean listing. So you have to list again. Wow. Yeah, there are a lot of guilds or the free companies there, a total of 111 listed right now. Let's take a look at how they're shown. Basically, the backend page, then there are details like the activity hours on weekdays and weekends, active members, data center, home world, and recruiting, and then tags. What are your general thing about a little bit introduction, uh, community and all, group profile, like when formed, etc., primary language, estate, address, and all that, contact, and finally the comments, like the recruiter and the comments. That's how it is generally for all these FCs. Finally, the wow, yeah, interesting. These are all about the LS and cross world LS. And finally, the PvP team. Certain PvP team that is basically all they do is PvP. Basically. So that is also there's only one added here. Basically, you have 123 active listing. Depends on what you want to do. If you want a free company, you can check from here. PvP team is only one, or if you just simply want to talk with people, even if they are not in your world, that is, then CS and crossword. That is for you. And finally, another event is coming on October 21st. It will be going up to November 20th, which is the Make It Rain campaign. Basically, that makes you rich in gold and saucer. So yeah, there's a quest here. You get an emote and 5k MGP. There's also a boost on MGP, the 50% increase on MGP rewards. There will be a range of items that will be given for discount, and previous some of the previous stuff from this event, previous iterations of this event will also be available for exchange. Uh, Also, there will be an absence of All Saints Wake this year, but the Continental Circus uh, will be sending special representatives in the Golden Saucer. So seek out the genial Guizer and accept your invitation at the Haunted Manor Masquerade. Finally, we are here, guys. Yesterday, in Night City Wire 4th episode, CD Projekt Red has shown us various stuff, but we are mainly interested in three things they have talked about: racing, celebrities, and then there is a dinner scene with our main character. So, shall we take a look at what they have shown in Night City Wire 4.
In a huge open world like Night City, you need a chill ride to get around fast. And in Cyberpunk 2077, there are tons of cool vehicles to choose from.
Get this. 4-liter engine, 6-cylinder, goes from 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds. You fucking believe that?
We've crafted every car and motorbike with amazing attention to detail. On the chassis, the body, not to mention the interiors. You can expect every one not only to look unique, but to deliver a unique driving experience.
All right, show me what you got.
Don't expect advanced tech or luxurious materials here. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's not the size that counts, I guess.
This class is mostly utility vehicles and low-end clunkers made for every pocket.
Hold on. It's a wreck.
Uh-huh, my damn wreck.
Well, definitely no guy or girl magnet.
If you need to impress, look to this class alone.
I'm putting my ride on the line. Either you match it in cash, or you can forget about the fight.
With these wheels, no expense has been spared, no frill ignored. Their plush interiors decked out in all the latest tech, while you get to sit back and enjoy the ride. Masterful engineering and practical design. Trucks and tanks for when you need power and brute force.
Hell of a machine.
Meet Beast, my pride and joy.
And these monsters are literally unstoppable. These are for chooms who love the smell of exhaust and the roar of street wildlife. Their powerful engines and exchangeable parts make them perfect for tuning.
Come on! I want to smell that choo-choo burn!
Whether it's street racing, running from the NCPD, or just showing off in the streets, with these high-powered beasts, you will have only respect.
Oh yeah, like that!
If you need speed and armor, the Hypercar class is for you. It means precise bodywork, built-in LiDAR arrays, and really expensive materials.
Imagine you're sitting on a pile of eddies. Probably less than 1,000 people in the world can afford the Erendite.
Not your typical urban vehicle.
They will take you places you never dreamed you'd go. Oh, and original vehicles are not all you'll find in 2077. We also found room on our roster for some true automotive icons.
Floor it, V.
Welcome to the brief authoritative history of Night City. This chapter is devoted to so-called styles, deeply linked with the history of the world, and a very important aspect of life in the city. You can find them everywhere. In cars, clothes, guns, implants. They are your war paint. As one of our sponsors says, it matters not if you're dead, as long as you're doing it in style.
The moves on this girl! Swoosh, swoosh! Slicing them up like sashimi!
4 visual styles are evident in the Night City of 2077, each with its own history, status, and features. Neon hair, illuminated tattoos, and chrome. Function comes second. Looks are what matter.
Stanley here with you, and we got another day ahead of us in this city of dreams.
The Fourth Corporate War broke out, and entropism was born. Vast and deep crises forced people to find ways to survive by any means. Getting the job done, no matter how, was the primary goal. The look? Who cares?
I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her.
Fuck them. Fuck this job. Fuck this city.
Deadly elegance without ostentation. Corporate, militaristic fashion, mostly seen in the wealthier parts of town. Substance over style, that's the motto. Celebrities, brain dance stars, business magnates, heirs to corporate fortunes and corporate executives. They abandoned the cold, deadly elegance of neo-militarism and returned to the roots of kitsch, but gave it a fresh, new look.
Oh shit, these hands. Sometimes it seems like I just brush something and sparks fly.
Thank you for your attention. We wish you a very pleasant stay in our marvelous metropolis. Good luck, and goodbye.
NC's Legends. Know where you'll find most of them? The graveyard. Luckily, matters not where you're from, matters not where you start. What matters here is the walk you walk.
So what do you want? Supercar? Big house? You want to rule this city? Well, you ain't getting anywhere without an upgrade. You need a softer touch, stronger spine, because taking over Night City ain't gonna be easy.
I'm in. Cyberpunk 2077. Available November 19th.
If any one of you have went through that particular system requirement and okay, apparently there was a problem with the microphone connection a bit, so sorry about that. As I was saying, the dinner scene was a little bit of a teaser on the game itself. There's a little bit probably through a quest or something like that. What I liked about that scene was the level of detail on the characters. As I was saying, if you have seen the graphical or rather the system requirement, the recommended system requirement on Cyberpunk 2077 on a Steam page or wherever, you can just Google that up. You'll find that it doesn't require extremely heavy spec at all. Other than the fact that you require, I believe, 16, yeah, a little bit more RAM. I believe 14 gigs of RAM probably you require to run it. 14 or 12. Anyway, you require that much RAM to run it smoothly. You can find it on the website anyway. The main thing about that recommended spec you have is you need a 1060 Ti. That's the graphical drive you need. And while I understand 1060 Ti is probably not extremely like I know that in the various places, not everyone has a 10, like 1,000 series, but if you compare with the graphical fidelity, like the depth of graphics and everything here, I'd say that the system requirement is actually extremely moderate compared to, and I am talking about the recommended requirement, not the minimum requirement. So compared to whatever the things are coming out now that has high level of graphics, I think Cyberpunk is probably one of the most moderate ones I've found as of yet. So yeah, kudos to that to CD Projekt Red for making it possible to for people with a moderate setup as well to enjoy. Like you don't need a 20,000, I mean 2000 series or a latest one, the 3000 series to of NVIDIA, of course. I'm not talking about AMD. AMD is different. To enjoy the game, you can have a 1060 Ti, 1050 Ti, around that level, and you can enjoy just fine. If you have like you can see on the lowest requirement out there that it is pretty turned down. So yeah, thanks for having almost everyone being able to enjoy the game. That is something that's really admirable here that they are able to do that. Of course, I am not expecting that we'll have that amount of fidelity on all the setups, but even considering the recommended spec being 1060, I believe even at that the fidelity will be very good. So yeah, again, kudos to that. Lastly, let's go to our last topic, TWAB of yesterday. So basically, this week at Bungie, we don't have much to talk about here, but they've announced the world first raid race again, which will be on November 21st on 10 a.m. Pacific time. So, contest mode will cap all players at 20 power level or below for the encounter 24 hours. Artifact power will be disabled again, and 1.23k power is your team's goal for the cap, and being above will not provide the. So, that will be the cap for the raid 1230 power cap. Besides, they won't be instantly announcing the world first this time. They will have their own scientists data scientists going through the process, validating the finishing of the team's run. And disqualification can also happen. If you should read the official rules, please go ahead if you are going for that. Award ceremony will take place later, and they will announce the champion a little bit after the thing ends. So, yeah, go on all the teams. I wish all of you a very good luck for running towards first again. Those of you who are running for the world's first will gain this emblem, and the winner will gain a belt that is not yet shown. And those who will participate in the raid itself, they'll get this emblem alongside various uh, weapons and armors as usual from the raids, and maybe other stuff. We don't know yet what will be this raid special. We don't even know what will be this raid. So yeah, there has been announcement regarding the next generation consoles for Destiny. And in the Festival of the Lost, the cipher keys were very less, so they have adjusted the cipher decoders drop. So 2 drop per activity completion when applicable. So yeah, you cannot have the ciphers drop in enemy kills, gambit, forges, and non-playlist strikes. So please remember that. And of course, there are pins and stuff from the collectibles and all. And some arts are being shown here. So that's basically what they have said in the TWAP this week. There isn't really much to talk about. So guys, that's basically it for this week's catching up. We will come back again, preferably next week, if there are any news and stuff to discuss. There's also other games that will have a Halloween event. Sega is having their 60th anniversary and they're giving free games out there. Grab those. Uh, there are also some other interesting stuff going on. The World of Warcraft has their next pre-patch just happened. So yeah, a lot of good stuff are going to come soon. Keep an eye on every news outlet of your favorite games, starting from their own announcement page, and I will be dropping every link I've shown below in the description. If you have anything to ask about, any questions, anything, and I'll be very happy to assist you in answering them, go on, drop them in the comment sections below. I generally do not say about these in every video because I kind of believe that you guys already understand that. Still, sometimes it's good to say in case you are thinking that I am not answering anything. Go ahead, you can drop your queries below in the comment sections. I'll be doing my best to give an answer to those that I can. And if not, I'll of course, if there are other people who have answered them, I will drop a link to those answers below, even if they are other videos or Reddit posts. Who knows? So, anyway, I hope you are all staying safe, healthy, and trying to be happy as much as possible. And I'll see you next time on episode 10.